Back out again. It's another cold one. It's Wednesday. A 2-hour thermal 500ml bottle. Recharged the batteries last night. Plugged in for about 4 hours, I think. It's fully charged light now. You can just see how much light I'm getting. There we go. A lot of birds around here. Right, take it steady down here now. Into the side. So it's a very strong beam. That's got to be 1500 lumen on the lowest setting. Get the full beam back on. Over the bridge. I feel like I might need to put some new brake pads on the back caliper. I'm not sure whether that noise is basically where they're wearing down. It's ideal for a bit of grayling fishing, a bit cold though. Back on the gravel, which is now completely covered in leaves. Although there's still leaves hanging on. They're right here. That's the hill where Cardiff Cork is. It's not lit up yet. They haven't turned the big floodlight on. Talking of which, let's put my floodlight on. Yeah, look at that. I can see for miles and miles and miles. Who would believe you could buy a light like this for 20 quid? 21.99 or something. Oh, sorry. All right. Hey, yeah. How you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to shield my light. Cyclists these days, isn't it? They ride around with their crazy lights, blinding everything. Honestly. Let's have a drink. See how the temperature's lasted. Still warm. It's not a long ride today. Just trying to get like an hour in. Oh, I like the lights on the wheels. That's great. Right. Get back on this half trail. Do with another valve, you know. This one is quite rubbish. And as you can see, on the first light level, it's not brilliant. Go to the second, I can now see a lot more. Third, you're confident. The only downside is a blind corner where people might be coming around the other way, because this light is so powerful. When you turn it off from the full setting, you get that. Oh, and there you go. There's people literally. So now we're in pitch black, and I've got to switch it down into the #1 level. So you're literally going from the full to the 0. to your right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I passed it. So a dog here. Again, I think it's just not having access to the different levels. Sorry, to your right. Thank you. If you could switch, like, you know, a button for full beam and then a button for level 1, that would be better, but you're then talking about getting some kind of controller with that with that controller, then that's going to add cost on, isn't it? Now I'm not sure whether this is something that even some of the big makes do. Wow, that's looking pretty mad down there. Whoa, there's plenty of grayling in there. You can always tell when another cyclist is coming, and luckily most of them point the light like I do to the ground. When they don't, you get blinded. Now let's go across the bridge. Full beam ahead. Oh, I can't see anyone. That's again full beam, look. Fantastic, eh? And then under the railway bridge. Central Club. If you want to head over to their channel on YouTube, the Central Club, for some good interviewing. Just check them out, Central Club. We're all feeling new to this since the clocks gave us that extra hour's sleep, which is nice. Getting home from work and, you know, it's pitch black. With that comes a whole new etiquette of riding a bike with a light, strong light, like a gravel bike, like the bike I'm on now. When there are a lot of dogs off the lead and owners with the flashy sort of light that I got on the front of my bike, but fortunately I'm looking to avoid them with the light, and their dog is running around without a light on it. As you just seen then, the dog come running out of nowhere up to my wheel. He was in the bushes with a light. There's a lot of and to be honest, we don't really like talking to each other, do we? 1 in 50 dog walkers will actually say thanks. Oh, thanks for stopping. Maybe 1 in 30 might say hello. But in the main, it's pretty much lack of communication going on. Who has got the right of way? Now I know pedestrians have. I'll always give way to a pedestrian unless they're waving me on. If you're riding up in Brecon Beacons and you're coming down one of the descents, you know, they can just pop out of nowhere and you just got to shout, "Rider!" They're actually a bit more entertaining of bikes, because a lot of hikers, like myself, are mountain bikers as well. So we understand, and there's a sort of, not all hikers though, I've met some right grumpy ones, but there is more of a kinship with the sport. You know, you're both going into an area which is renowned for outdoor sports, outdoor leisure pursuits. The climbs are big, the descents are chunky and gnarly, and no one's looking for an argument on the weekend. It's more during the week, innit? They've just kicked their slippers off and put their Solomon shoes on to take the dog for a 20-minute walk. So they're quite localised to their home. You then got the territorial attitude. Who are you? Riding on my evening dog walk, blazing that bright light. How dare you? I'm not going to say a word. Just going to let the dog move out in front of you. And then they do that whole, sometimes expletive filled shouting at the dog routine. I think they're directing it at me. When they, you know, name of dog fit into the caption. Oi! Come here, boy! Come to my heel now! How dare you! Down, come here out of the way! Screaming, yelping. This is their one moment. They're gonna let rip. Come here now! Get out of the way! I told you, get out of the way! You dangerous thing! You're talking to me! I say that, you think that, don't you? Especially when their dogs are already off the lead and out of control. You just want to get out of there, don't you? Yeah. That was pretty nasty. Look at the state of that spring. Yeah. Crikey, if that spring had gone into my wheel. Not my favourite time of year. It is hard to motivate myself, I gotta be honest. I am not easily moved from after work, sitting in the kitchen having a cup of tea, to out on the bike. I have to think just for a few moments. Once I got the bib shorts on, I look so ridiculous in bib shorts anyway. For me, that does it. It's like, well, I've got these stupid bib shorts on, so now I've got to go. A time when I'd be more cautious is like during stormy weather, when it's very, very icy. A few years back, the mountain bike group that I ride with, we did a visit to Bike Park Wales. Great, you know, until we got onto the first trail and it was icy. A couple of us in the group had some, well, one of my mates he had to leave, unfortunately, because he bumped his head. That was quite a horrible crash. 5 seconds behind him. It's not worth it. The ground is icy. Don't bother. As what happened last year with the snow, me and Sam went out for a ride locally on our mountain bikes. He had to buy a new derailleur. Oh, I think it was derailleur and bottom bracket, actually. Oh, it was a nightmare. If you're riding in the snow, make sure that things don't get seized up. It builds up and it turns to ice. I think it's remedied by stopping for a cheeky wee and directing certain fluids into certain areas. Never eat yellow snow. I've just arrived back. Yeah.